welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. I'm sorry, I'm literally filming this one straight after my chatty update, so I can't be bothered to change my outfits. So today is Random Acts of Kindness Day, and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to just sit down and share 10 ways that you can be kind to others. Cliche as that sounds, I just feel like the internet at the moment has become a little bit bogged down with people nitpicking and saying that you can't have a different opinion. Not so much, nothing's really been said as such to me. My foot's gone to sleep, hang on, that's better. Nothing's really been said to me, but I do feel like everywhere I look, you know, I am one of those people that I'll read comments and see what people's views are and things like that on the tricks. Stop chewing your foot, stop. Thank you. She's driving me mad with this chewing the foot thing, which I think this is going up before my chatty updates, which I think the chatty updates should be up on Monday, so I'll explain more about the whole foot thing and why I probably sounded like I was really telling off then. But yeah, I do read the comments in other people's videos and on other people's blog posts and things like that, and even just across like social media. And one place I've really noticed that it's taken a downward turn is Facebook groups, and not even just aviation Facebook groups, although they are intense at the minute. I think just Facebook groups in general, people seem to have forgotten manners in a way. Anyway, here are 10 ways that you can be kinder to people. Greet every person when you pass them. Now, this might sound a bit strange, but every morning when I walk home from work, I walk a certain route, I see quite a few people. Some of them are regular people I see sort of every day or at least every week. And I just literally smile and say good morning to them. That's literally all I have to do. They say it back, and I don't know, it just makes me feel better to have acknowledged somebody. And I know that when people say good morning to me, it makes me feel happy. You know, it makes me feel a bit better about myself. So that can't be a bad thing, right? So I've kind of mentioned number 2 already, and that is to smile at everybody. I think a smile is one of the best ways that you can communicate with somebody, that you can do so many things. A smile can reassure someone, a smile can pick somebody up when they're having a bad day, a smile can stop someone having such deep bad thoughts because actually that person's just smiled at me and, you know, acknowledged that I'm there, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely smile at everyone you pass. Buy friends and families little token gifts just because and not because it's an event. This is so important for me, I believe. I don't mean you have to spend loads. I mean, I don't have the biggest budget right now, but I'll still happily buy my mum or my nan some flowers, some chocolates, just something simple, even just a chocolate bar from down the shop. I think those little unexpected gifts, they kind of really pick you up when you're feeling down. And yeah, that's the thing, you just never know what somebody is necessarily feeling. Just those little surprise gifts always go down well. Next up is leave a nice comment on somebody's photo or video. I'm not saying it for you to leave a nice comment on my video, although you're more than welcome to. I do not mind, and I do like to respond to any comments that I get. What is going on with my hair? That is a knot. I'm just going to leave that. No, we're not, because it's annoying me. Oh dear. Train of thought. What was my train of thought? Yeah, so leaving a nice comment on someone's photo can really brighten their day again, and just gives you that warm, lovely feeling. I love it when someone leaves a comment on one of my photos, especially if it's of me, because that just adds that little bit of confidence that I think we're all lacking at times. And when it comes to videos and things, especially if it's content creation kind of stuff like this, I feel like somebody leaving a nice comment, you kind of feel that it's worthwhile you doing this, that actually people are taking an interest in you. As silly as that sounds, because I know people do watch these videos, but I think just having those comments make it more real. Donate your items or your time to people in need. This is really, really important. Rather than chucking stuff out all the time, there are loads of, I think they're called Life is a Gift. They are certainly are done this way. Gifting Facebook pages where you can put things on there that maybe are too worn for you to sell. Could be like something like a sofa that the cat scratched, or like a table that's seen better days, anything like that, and then people can obviously come and collect it for free, that otherwise it would go to landfill. And I just think that is such an important way of recycling things and helping each other in the community as well. And likewise, donating your time. At the minute, money isn't something that a lot of people can donate. I think we're all going through a period at the minute where money is tight and things are a bit of a struggle. But you can donate your time, even if it's, say, half an hour. It doesn't even have to be, to a charity or anything like that. You could donate your time to the community. It could be something as simple as the other day I was walking tricks in the park and I stopped and spoke to somebody. 10 minutes, I spoke to somebody, and when I left them, they did seem chirpier. Like, I'm not bigging myself up or nothing, but I do think that sometimes just those 10 minutes to have a conversation with somebody, even just a stranger, about generic things, I think is definitely, what's the word? Not a people-pleasing thing. A mood booster. That's what I was looking for. Sticking with the talking theme, is another way is to listen more to what people are saying. I'm guilty of this, where I can have a conversation with someone but my mind's elsewhere. I'm not really taking it in, and you always get a vibe. Like, I've had it happen to me as well, and you just get a vibe because the answers aren't quite, not necessarily what you want to hear, but the answers don't quite relate to what you were saying, and the person either hasn't grasped it or they just weren't listening properly. So yeah, listening is a huge way that you can be kind to somebody, and also I think it helps that you can pick up on whether somebody isn't quite right. If you know somebody and you know them quite well, if you're really listening to what they're saying, there's usually an underlying gut feeling that you can get that something or someone isn't quite right. Hold the door open for someone or let them pass in a narrow space. This is a real bugbear for me. I don't mean that it's just men that have got to do that. Women have got to do that too. Like, we've got to look after each other. But my biggest bugbear is when someone will just charge through the door or charge through a narrow space without a second's thought because they've got to get somewhere, so they're more important. Like, no, just stop, hold the door for somebody, let someone walk through a narrow passage, a pathway. I had it today, funny enough. Someone just barged me out the way. I ended up getting knocked into the road. Thankfully, I was still on my feet. I didn't fall over completely, otherwise I probably wouldn't be sitting here filming this video right now. And I just thought, we've all got places to be, whether that's that we have to be somewhere or we want to be somewhere. Like, just have a bit of patience. Now, I'm not saying that you've all got to stop for me, not at all, but bearing in mind I'd walked most of the narrow pathway. This person was probably about a metre from the end. They could have just stopped. I'm sorry, they could have just stopped, let me walk out, then they would have had the whole pathway because there was nobody behind me. Rant over. So next up is give someone a compliment. Obviously this is in person. I've already spoken about leaving nice comments on photos and videos and things, but complimenting someone in person, especially about themselves, really boosts your mood and boosts your self-confidence as well. I'm guilty of having a lack of self-confidence, some people never believe that when I tell them that, but I do. I look in the mirror, and I mean, right now I feel like Wurzel Gummidge with this like knot in my hair that I'm trying to like cover up. But yeah, I definitely lack confidence, as do a lot of people. Some people are able to brush it off and get past that, and others can't. But a compliment will definitely help, and is definitely something kind that you can do. Be patient and understanding. This kind of goes hand in hand with somebody barging me into the road earlier. Maybe they had something on their mind. Maybe they didn't realise what they were doing until they were too late, and then were probably embarrassed that they just like hot-footed it off. So yeah, I just think having a bit of an understanding, obviously sometimes calling people out if they're really in the wrong, then fair dues, but sometimes people have things going on in their life that they're even not saying, even if it's a friendship group, maybe they don't want to say. Maybe it's something that they do want to keep private. But sometimes there are reasons behind why people act the way they do, and I think that's something that we need to get better at understanding and coping with in a way. And yeah, the same with being patient. Like if somebody, say, I don't know, this is very stereotypical of me, I know, but say there's a little old dear at the checkout tills, and she's taking ages because she's having a natter, and you're tapping your foot because you've got somewhere to be. Like, just have a little bit more patience. That might be the only interaction that person gets all day. Like, just have a bit of patience and a bit of understanding, and you'll get sorted out soon enough. We're all going to be in that position at some point. There's always going to be something where we're taking our time, or the card's declining, or whatever. We've probably already all been there, where someone's foot tapping behind you in the shop because you're taking too long, you know? And the last one I wanted to mention was to buy someone in need a weather appropriate drink. So this relates mostly into homelessness, just buying them a hot drink in winter, cold drink in summer, or whatever drink you want really. But definitely weather dependent, because not everybody wants a cup of tea in the summer unless you're like me. But yeah, just, I don't recommend ever giving money. I'm one of those firm believers. I'd rather get them food and drink even, like, over money that they could spend on who knows what. But yeah, just buy them something to eat, something to drink. I'm not saying you have to do this every time, but it is an act of kindness that I do like to do once in a while. And also it just, I think they appreciate, well, I know they appreciate it more. There's a homeless man that I've spoken to for many, many years in the area, and he always says, even if people can't buy him that food or drink, he appreciates when people say good morning, because he's not ignored. Because he is still a person, he does still have feelings. There is a very valid reason why he is on the streets, and had been for a very long time. And thankfully, recently, he now has a roof over his head and somewhere to live and call his own. But that took a long time coming. It took a long time coming for him to even accept help off of people, because he just didn't trust them. And in a lot of times there are circumstances why people are on the streets, and to be honest, I don't necessarily like being out at dark. To have to be out in dark all night, like, that takes guts or extreme measures and reasons behind that. So yeah, just be a bit kind and buy them a drink, or just see if there's anything they need. Like, I remember one time somebody saying they didn't need any more drinks because people have been buying them drinks, fair enough, but they would quite appreciate a pair of gloves. So what's a £1 pair of gloves from Primark, you know? Anyway, that's enough of a ramble from me on this video, and I've had a little bit of a rant as well. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for my chatty update, which will be coming on Monday. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.